Well, good morning and happy Friday. Supposed to be a nice day today and not a bad weekend. Hope you enjoy it. Yesterday we were thinking about the idea of serving, pushing back against the bunker mentality that is easy to develop during this particular moment, sort of keep our head down. And I said, that's not what we're called to. And additionally, having talked about gifts, said that using those gifts or just serving others leads to joy, and it also, we get better. It leads to Christian maturity. So I want to read a little bit of Philippians 4 now, because it sets us up on a little bit of a different tack about the idea of the poor. So in Philippians 4, verse 10, Paul, writing from this Macedonian from a Roman prison to his friends in a Macedonian outpost, Philippi, says, I rejoice in the Lord greatly that now at last you have revived your concern for me. Indeed, you were concerned before, but you lacked opportunity. Not that I speak from want, for I have learned to be content in whatever circumstances I am. I know how to get along with humble means. I also know how to live in prosperity. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of being filled and going hungry, both of having abundance and suffering need. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. Nevertheless, you have done well to share with me in my affliction. As you yourselves know, Philippians, that at the first preaching of the gospel after I departed from Macedonia, no church shared with me in the matter of giving and receiving, but you alone. For even in Thessalonica, you sent a gift more than once for my needs. Not that I seek the gift itself, but I seek for the profit which increases to your account. So he's going to go on, and we'll double back on this because there's some big themes here about contentment and rewards and other things that I want to pick up on. But I want to get this idea of serving I want to get this idea of caring for the poor and those who are going without. I have a friend, Antonio Barro. He grew up in a slum in Brazil. He said he had a good childhood in spite of being in a slum, because both of his parents were there. They loved him, but they had very little. He had one shirt. His brother and he shared a pencil. They would get old. His mom would get old homework books and take the answers out of them, erase the answers from others that had filled them in, and those were his textbooks. He went on, by the way, to get a PhD in the United States, and went back to Brazil, to that same area where he started a church. He started a seminary, which is big and thriving. He started a publishing house translating theological works into Portuguese. He's done remarkable things. But he said, this was 15 years ago, he said something to me that really unsettled me. He said, Jesus' concern for the poor bothers me. Jesus' concern for the poor bothers me. So Paul, in this case, is poor. He's in a prison in Rome in the first century, and they don't provide meals for you in those prisons. So he is dependent upon others, and he apparently the Christians in Philippi lost track of Paul for a while. They were his friends, but maybe Paul wasn't updating his Facebook account or something. But eventually they catch back up with him, and they're providing prayer support and financial support, meals for him while he's in prison. And there's just an idea of caring for people in general, but caring for the poor. Now, there's so much to be said here. So we'll pick this up again on Monday. There's good news about the poor, and that we really have seen in the last 10 years the crisis of extreme poverty get knocked way back. Markets globally have really elevated a lot of people. People who are living on $1 a day are up to $2 a day, which still sounds tragic, but it's twice as much, and it has made us a material difference. Poverty is complicated and vexing and hard. Jesus calls us to share his heart for the have-nots. And I just want to unsettle you a little bit today with the thing that unsettled me. Jesus' concern for the poor bothers me. We are to be people who are to be open-handed, generous, and serving, especially those that are struggling. Have a great weekend.